Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of Fireside Chats. I'm going to open it up to allow Monica and Regina to introduce themselves, but to get an idea of what this is the story behind the creation of Mingle, the story of why we have come together in this unique space to provide the services that we do. So I'm going to turn it over to Monica first because she is in the upper left-hand corner of my screen. Not that y'all know that.
Yours too, huh? Okay.
Mine too, actually. Mine three.
Yay. So I'm Monica Henderson, and I am one of the co-founders of Mingle Learning Collaborative. And I am what they call a genius activator, also known as a professional bully. And I bully people to living their best selves. But we do it with love and with levity and with light. And yeah, so that's what I do.
Nice. I'm Regina Curtis, and I'm the other co-founder, and I'm not a professional bully. However, definitely striving towards that someday. And I am a soul rhythm amplifier. So what I do is I amplify. I amplify whatever is truly the essence of your soul, whether that's in your business development, whether that's in your personal or your professional development, and really help you align your all your stuff with that rhythm. And that is what I do.
All right. Thank you both very much. And I get the privilege of knowing y'all a little bit better than I'm going to say the average bear.
I was thinking that the average grandmama bear.
Yeah, that's right. So, yes, that's my cue. This is my average Grammy bear. So,
Nice.
yes. But I am the instigator behind Fireside Chats because the story that both Regina and Monica have is so rich and robust that we don't get to be privy to it as much as I would like to see because it helps me understand in a better way how Mingle flows. So I want to start off with what sparked the creation of Mingle and how has it evolved into what it is today? And whoever wants to go first. Regina, go first.
Me. Well, Mingle started before I got here, and it also started before Monica got here. So, Mingle is kind of like the chicken and the egg, which is even funnier once you know the story. But basically, Mingle was something that I think everyone here, not just us, but everyone who is here had started before we ever found this space or before we founded this space. And it really is this concept of holistic life and business, like living in a holistic way, but doing so in community and to show up as real people and be both what I like to say a learner and a leader, right? But Monica describes it beautifully as we all suck at some things and we're really good at other things. And we can be both of those things here, right? We get to come in and ask for help in the things we need help with, show up as our real, authentic selves, even when that's like messy or imperfect or in the messy middle of something, and to be experts in the very same breath, right? Like we get to show up also and say, okay, well, here's where I'm a mess and here is where I'm not. And so I can offer something to you. So that's kind of what sparked it. Honestly, how we got to where we are, I'm going to actually let Monica explain.
Um, yeah, so one of the things, how we got here, I think really stems on the pandemic essentially put us here, right? And it was an opportunity for us to um go to our rooms and think about what we were doing with our lives separately. And then there was like a moment where we were like, okay, but I'm tired of being by myself in my room. Is it time for me to go play yet? And so I think that was kind of like on a global standpoint of why this works and why it worked when it did is because there was just enough quiet reflection in our separate spaces. And so when Regina and I actually came together, which is a whole different other story altogether. And we can go down that path on one of these for sure. But when we came together, we had both recognized that there was quite a few people who were like ready to no longer be in the room by themselves thinking about what they're going to do with their lives, but they were ready to play, and we were ready to play. And actually that was kind of the conversation that we had. It started with like, okay, so what are we co-creating together? And this space that I had already created and the space that she had already created were almost identical and absolutely different at exactly the same time. And so it was like, well, the parts that I don't have, you have, the parts that you have, I don't have. So we should bring those together. And but the ethos, like the actual like DNA of what they were the same. What I, there a lot of the times we have like these like really snazzy kind of commercials about what something is. And I am, most people don't know I'm an introvert and somewhat of a recluse, but when I have to people, I like try to like not be like that boring business person. And so I remember having Mother's Day breakfast with one of our members, and her kids were like, "So how do y'all know each other?" And I was like, "Okay, well, do I go into the whole boring, or we're a part of a collaborative learning community where we?" And I was like, "That sounds boring as shit." And this is like this is like a Mother's Day brunch kind of a thing, so that doesn't sound fun. And so what came out of my mouth, which y'all should know, I don't pick this stuff up before it comes out. It just comes out, and then I'm like, oh, that was brilliant. Someone should write that down. But what came out of my mouth was, we're a bunch of people who suck at stuff, who want to be better at it. So we try not to suck together, right? Like we all just come together to suck a little less. And he was like, oh, that sounds fantastic. But that's essentially the ethos that I think both Regina and I came into this space with. It wasn't about either of us trying to create be like Tony Robbins and have like this crazy amount of following and be like the ultimate teacher of all the things. It was really just, I want to suck less at some stuff, right? And I know I can help people suck less at some other stuff. So if we can all just share, that would be great.
Yeah.
And so that's really the underlying story of like why it works and why it's working currently, is because we get to be fully human, good, bad, ugly, right? We can be, I always say, idiots and geniuses at exactly the same time. Kind of like that moment where you like love your kids and you want to punch them in the throat at the same time. It's like that same kind of like juxtaposition of like two opposing thoughts that live in the same space. But I think that's why it works, is because I can absolutely be a genius at building businesses and really suck at like bookkeeping, right? Like, or be a great business builder and suck at business, like a business, writing a business plan, right? Like those
But
are things.
also, like, all of those things are necessary as an entrepreneur, right? And
Exactly.
even as just a human in some way. Um, Sorry, I cut you
I don't
off,
know, go for
Monica,
it.
but um, you said something really important, which was that neither of us wanted to be Tony Robbins, right? Neither of us want to be the sage on the stage, just like we're both extremely wise, and so are you, and so are all our members, right? It's why my community inside of the Mingle Learning Collaborative is called the Soul Wisdom Leaders Lounge, because the thing that I had been building before I found Monica and her genius, like tech brain, was a community of people that all were, I was like, I called it the Soul Wisdom Leaders Lounge because one, I wanted it to be a casual, friendly, playful space, right? It's a lounge, not a like, let's come into the workroom kind of space. Even though, like, I love work, I'm a Capricorn, I love work. I talk about work, I do work a lot, but I wanted it to be a casual space where we could come as we were. And I wanted to really acknowledge that we are all soul wisdom leaders. We are all wise in our own way, and we can be learners and leaders at the same time, right? So this is a no guru and a no victim zone. And I think it's really important to know that those two extremes really don't fly here, right? Just as we don't want you to be a sage on the stage, I'm not looking to play with people who only want to talk at me. I want to like play together. I don't want to be a sage on the stage. I don't want to just spend my whole time talking all the time without getting anything back in return, or being able to learn and play with all these amazing people who are so wise. But I also, the real humans, real people, real time, real help kind of thing. yes, we are emotional at times. Yes, we are going through some shit at times. Yes, we have those highs and lows, right? But also, we are not looking to give anyone to take any tickets to Victimville, as Monica likes to say, right? Like, I'm not going to get on the train to Victimville with you because we have created this space here where you can get the help that you need. You can show up as you are, whatever shit you're going through, and still keep moving forward, still keep coming in and humaning and moving things forward. And a lot of times, coming into the space is actually the change that you need to get you out of Victimville and into like some kind of supported experience.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the best thing that I love about Mingle is that I get to use it for myself. And I know there's a lot of like community members of different types of community where they're like, yeah, like this is where I like nurture my people, but I have to find another watering hole for myself because I can't get nurtured here. But my favorite one of my favorite moments was when Darcy, you were like facilitating a action planning course, which is my program for me, and I got some huge openings from that experience, right? And I love the fact that Daniel McCrane, who is our one of our business partners and my business coach, sits in both of our classes and teaches us how to and learns from us, but also runs executive boot camps for us to learn from him, right? So there is this like synergetic kind of like exchange of ideas and exchange of thought leadership that allows everyone here to flourish and to grow past where you are. It's a lot of stretching in here. It's about as much stretching as a ballet class, and that happens in both life and in business. And you don't have to be a business owner to come here and find that. And it also happens in your spirituality as well. Like we really do cover the gambit of topics. I always say we only cover what we cover, and that's life, business, branding, networking, finances, spirituality, and alignment. Uh,
So if you
Only,
are looking for
only.
something
only. Well,
outside of that, this is not the
we don't
space.
do that.
We only cover everything in your human experience, mind, body, and soul. But outside of that, you're going to have to go somewhere
You
else.
have to go somewhere else for that.
We don't do that here.
Well, and truly, I joined Mingle on a trust factor. The person who introduced me to Mingle, I trust her implicitly. And so when she said, try this, it was like, okay, I'm going to come in open-minded and
Mhm.
see what's there. And the minute that I entered, holy Toledo, it was like I've told you before, it's like coming home to real people who really care about me. And you didn't know me from a fly on the wall, 30 seconds before me coming in. Literally coming into the office building, which is the structure of Mingle, and just walking into somebody's office, that's not how I'm made, right? It's like, oh, there's people in this breakout room. I can't go in there. And then it was like, you're supposed to. And it's like, I can't, it's just, so
Yeah.
it's understanding the dynamics and the welcoming attitude within Mingle just reinforced everything that I felt about it. A lot of me coming in initially was on faith. It was
Yeah.
like, I know I'm supposed to be here. This is where I'm going to grow. And yes, I've grown exponentially within this environment of learning a lot. And I come with a lot of knowledge anyway. So, but we are all, in my opinion, lifelong learners, and that we can share our gifts and talents, our genius, in a way that complements the whole Mingle structure. And like I said, it mirrored what I was already doing outside of Mingle, and it was just a blessing to come into your environment that you created. And thank God you all did. So it's like that's all.
Our environment. Yeah, we co-create this space. Monica and
Absolutely.
I are the co-founders of it. However, has always been a collaborative thing. And honestly, even though we are a lot of times the driving force to keep things moving, like the visionaries of it, It's not only our vision, right? We are listening, we are observing, we are taking note of the things that are both spoken and unspoken in the experiences of the members that are here, which is what is co-creating that vision. We just happen to be the architects that are building the structures and the experiences to make it happen. Monica's kind of she's the really more the physical architect and I'm more the energetic architect. So she puts things in place and then I come in and like magic it. Um, is
Yeah,
magic a verb? It is now.
it is now.
Um,
I always say, yeah, like I build it and makes it functional, and then she comes in and like adds the color on the walls and the decor and the cushy pillows and like the comfort elements to make it kind of more human, um, and more like accessible to people who are not very like me. I just need bullet points, but she adds all of the flavor and the words between the bullet points. She turns those bullet
add the
points into
sensory
paragraphs.
experience to it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So like she tells the story and she like weaves the understanding in it in a different way. And so because we're both coming from these very like opposite ends of the spectrum when it comes to how we communicate, how we build, how we grow, that's like well informed on the exterior. And then because we're responsively building based on what is actually happening in real time, with our members on a month to month basis, there are updates just to kind of like to calibrate and to fine tune kind of like what's working, what's not working. Then our members feedback, right? Our members saying like, I love this, or this is a little confusing, or I can't find that. That goes into informing how we build both on the communication side as well as on the structure side.
I think
That's,
there's,
oh, I'm
oh,
sorry.
no, you're good. I was just gonna add to something she was saying. I think there's something really important that needs to be said here, which is that what Mingle is a community of communities, and it's something that's very different from the way that other communities work. A lot of communities either are like there's one person who's the community leader, and then the all of the members kind of like funnel up through that person. Um, and then there are other platforms that have many communities on them, but they don't intermingle. See where we got the name. Um, and they don't
Product
intermingle.
placement.
Product placement, that's hilarious for my own product. Um, yes, so but they don't intermingle, right? Like
Mm.
platforms like School or Mighty Networks or things like that, where it's like, oh yeah, we're all about communities, but they're all about these siloed communities that live in their own space. And yeah, sure, you can toggle from one community to another, but you've got to set up a whole nother platform profile, and you set up your whole like get to know everyone there and interact with them, and they don't mingle with each other. And that is really what happens here is communities of communities can mix and mingle together, and that makes it so much more powerful because you can get everything you need all in one space without having to go and try to like learn a whole new space and look for something else. Now, can you go deeper with one community or one person or one mentor or whatever, one product that you need when you need it? Absolutely. But you already know how to get around and you've already built the trust with the people in this space. So it makes it so much more easeful and sustainable, I think is another word
Yeah.
that's important there.
Yeah. So we just recently experienced our 1 year anniversary within Mingle, which kind of coincides with my 1 year being in Mingle. So it's very
Yeah.
exciting to be here. But looking at how it was originally formed to be a virtual platform, and again, I have some knowledge that we're going hybrid, we're going in live to immersives. So there are things that are coming up that may not be common knowledge. And are you comfortable in sharing some of those?
Yeah, yeah. So again, I think because we are a responsive build community, right? We are responding to the needs of the people who are in our collective. Um, and but even before we started having this idea of events going hybrid or events going in person, it had been a part of my personal mission to meet as many of my members in person as possible. And we do what is called the leg picture. And the reason we call it the leg picture is because you spend, years on Zoom getting to know someone really well. You're inside of their home, you like meet their family members, their pets, and all you see is the front of them and their shoulders, right? And so, pretty early on, I went to visit, I think, I don't know if it was Yo or if it was Colleen, or maybe it was Irina, but one really early on when we were still very heavily in pandemic mode where like no one was meeting each other in person, I started taking like, look, we have leg pictures and posting it because we had been seeing each other from like the shoulders up for years, and now it's like there's legs under the box of a person that I'm used to. And so we had already kind of like made it a habit that anytime any of us were in the same city, that we would get together and mingle in person. And then that kind of has ramped up over the years with retreats. And this year, we were able to do a couple of retreats actually this year, as well as a couple of immersive experiences. And those were kind of our playground to figure out exactly like how we can do this thing we call hybrid and in-person experiences. But I'm really excited to kind of share and announce that we are going full-fledged, full steam ahead with in-person events as well as hybrid events, and adding to what we already have as virtual events, and which is a crazy number anyway. Like we have over 100 events a month that are virtual.
Yeah.
I think there's like an average of 3 to 4 events daily happening in the community.
And those are just the ones that are specific to the pathways that we have. Those don't include the additional things that all our members are doing that aren't necessarily Mingle specific events, that many of which are either free or also discounted to our community. So there's all the ones on that she was just talking about virtually are already like a huge amount. Then we have
Yeah.
all these layers that are additional.
Yeah, so we still are doing the eight virtual conferences that we're doing as well, except for we're adding to 4 of them this year a watch party component, where it will be a hybrid event in a city coming near you, hopefully, throughout the year, where the virtual conference part will be facilitated and hosted by a local host who will also have vendor booths and activities and a lunch and like just things to be able to mingle around the concept of doing these conferences that we've been doing for years now. And we also have already done 2 immersive experiences. And we will be continuing that starting back up in January, where we have, I believe there's already 6 on the calendar, and we're working on more dates for those as well. And those are full day experiences that you essentially leave your computer behind. So those are all in-person experiences, where you get to just be immersed in the subject matter at hand, and be kind of like surrounded in that support that we give each other on a regular basis here in Mingle, as well as our boot camps are still going to be, in person ish, but our builders boot camp will actually be done as an in-person experience, I believe hybrid, and we are still looking for a location. So if you want to shout out like, hey, do it with me, let us know. We're still trying to figure out our domestic location for that, as well as we are doing a community retreat in Greece this year. So we have lots of fun experiences that are hybrid, in person, and virtual experiences. Our event calendar be calendaring like there's no tomorrow. So
Yes.
there's lots of ways for us to hang out, not to mention even our Mingle meetups, which we launched this year as well, which is basically just getting together to do something fun in person in a location, and that was how I got to meet Darcy
Yeah,
for the first
I got
time
a
in
real
person.
hug.
I
We
know,
got a real
right?
hug. We have a nice. I have actually video of her on a standing swing.
It's very cute. Such a cute video. It is.
But we went and hung out in Solvang, and with I think there was like 4 or 5 other members of the community and spouses, so that it became a pretty nice sized group, and a dog. And so we were able to kind of hang out in person, but that's the whole point, right? Like there are so many communities that are, oh, those are my online friends. And I always say, no, 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 we're friends for reals, like in
We're
IRL,
friends
in
for real.
real life, we actually spend time together, and we commune together, and we work together, and we enjoy life together, because the that's absolutely what is required of us at this point, is to really get back into community.
Yeah.
This time in history, the what's missing is us coming together from all different walks of life and being able to experience each other. And we've done it online, and now we're just taking that
At
love
the
that
next
we
level.
built in person. So
Yeah. We've kind of like formalized, because like Monica said, we were already, oh, I'm driving through Atlanta, who's around? I'm going to stop in, or hey, I'm going to be in the city, let's get together. We've taken that kind of casual mingling meetups, mingles and meetups, to formalize it more, not to make a formal event, but to really kind of like leverage it in a more proactive way.
mhm.
And so it's really exciting. I can't wait to meet everybody that I haven't yet gotten to hug and take a leg picture with. Um, but the
Thank
number of
God we're
people.
on that schedule because I haven't hugged you yet either.
True,
I know. It's
true.
like,
Yeah, I'm coming to you. It's
Yeah.
happening soon, 2026.
Meanwhile, I've seen both of you in the last 6 months.
I know. I've spent a lot of time with you
Oh
recently.
yeah, lots of
We were
time.
in Greece, we've been in Philly, we've been in LA, we've been all over the place. So,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's one of the things I admire about your energy, both of your energies, is you see an idea and you see how it can be presented and then you do it. So, as the end of the first immersive, I was thinking, well, we could do this maybe in starting in 2027. And Regina goes, why are we waiting so long? I'm going, what? Wait, what?
I was like, that's 2 years from now. Why are we doing that? I was like, we could just do it next month. And you were like, uh, okay.
Okay, tell me what to do. But the
This is where my
responsiveness,
impatience comes in handy.
well,
Like, no, no, I
it
don't want to wait for that.
happens, and it's not necessarily that we have expectations of how it's going to turn out because we know it's going to turn out the way it's supposed to and it's going to be great,
Yeah,
and so it's going in with that understanding and that belief system which y'all reinforce is that
yeah,
we have good ideas and it's okay to step out and implement them the way that they're going to be implemented. So I
yeah.
applaud you both for that too. So one last question that I have is what do you want people to take away from this event, from all that you have shared about Mingle?
So personally, I want people to take away that there are lots of communities out there. And honestly, just get reconnected to a community that like allows you to let your freak flag fly, as, as often as possible. Um, if you're interested in the Mingle community, I need you to know that there is not going to be pomp and circumstance here. You are going to get real people offering real help in real time. And like we really do live by that. And that us showing up as real people really looks like what it looks like if you ran into someone on the street, or if you were in the office with someone, or if you just had a friend who was hanging out on the couch watching something with you. Like that realness is what we're bringing to the table, because I think this is the time where we are tired of being sold this concept of what success looks like, and like really tired of being sold a like this is how it has to be or how it's supposed to be. And being like just kind of like that rammed down our throat. And in our space, whatever Mingle needs to look like for you, it gets to look like that for you. And I think that is a hard pill for some people to swallow. They're like, but like, what are the rules? And it's like, well, the rules are it like you need to work it the way that you need to work it. And I want people to really see that that's like not lip service. That is the lifestyle of a Mingle, of a person in the Mingleverse. So
Thank you, Monica.
I would add to that I think people are tired of being sold, period.
mm-hmm.
Just tired of it. And so I'm gonna take a little bit of the negative wrote. I don't know. It's the end of the day. I'm a pumpkin. So the if you're looking for a place to just come in and just like be the expert and only pour in and not actually show up in people's stuff, you won't be successful. Like you just won't. So don't even try it. However, if you want to share your expertise in a community of people that want to learn from you because you get to know them and you show up and you care about them and you have conversations and you actually know them, a lot of money does flow through this community, right? A lot of connection and celebration and support in a way that is truly organic, truly authentic and real and honest, because people, you come in and you make friends here, lifelong friends, right? And I'm closer here with people than people that I've known for 20 years, like friends that I've had for 20 years. I've known someone for a couple months here, but because we truly spend so much time together and it is holistic, right? It's not just, I'm only going to have this conversation with you about this particular thing because it's your expertise and it's what I need, or I'm only going to have this because it's my expertise and it's what I think you need, right? With this is I know every one of your houses on the inside in some way. I like know your pets, I know your kids, I know your husbands, your spouses, your partners, whatever. So this is really, it is community. It's not like the lip service of community. It's not an online platform for you to just like to be a amplify or like an engaging email list. Basically, it's not a billboard. It is real people that you will want to know because they're really fucking cool. So that is what
And
I have to say. And we also swear and laugh a lot. So
oh
there's
yeah,
that.
I have to.
insert parental advisory.
Yeah, the explicit warning probably needs to
Yeah,
go on everything that I touch.
this is sometimes it's
Me
rated
too.
R.
Rated R for Regina.
That's pretty good.
Or M for Monica.
Or M for mature. I don't know.
Mature audiences only, but M for Monica. That's great. Oh my God, we're both explicits.
That's right.
I want to make one comment about an experience that I had. I think it was yesterday. So I'm participating in Monica's latest challenge, which is Rainmaker. And the activity was to reach out to former clients. They're my friends, but I also work with them. And so I prepared something to reach out to them. And in the process of doing so, I have put a program together which starts in January. So it's actually raining money in a way, but it's about connection, it's about community. And so there's a limit on the number of people who can participate, and I'm overflowing that number. So
Yeah,
it's
we made it
Making it
poor.
rain.
rain. And so that's the beauty of this is there's an idea, you work the idea, you take action on the idea, and then it flourishes. And so this is what I love about Mingle. And this is not just, an off chance. This happens all the time. And
Yes.
so that's, and I know I sound like a commercial, but I can't help it because I love
Product placement right
Product placement.
here.
it. I want to thank you both and give you the opportunity. Is there any one last thing that you would like to share before we close?
Come mingle with us. It's fun.
Oh yeah, we have Mingle and chats.
Oh
So
Yes.
yeah,
yes.
yeah, definitely. If you want to, if you're curious, and you want to be like, okay, you're all that sounds all fun and dandy, but like I don't believe you. We have Mingle and Chat every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You'll have to check the Mingle and Chat link to find out. But you can come and hang out with some of the Mingle members, and we will have. Do not expect it to be a business one. So like, don't come in with your
Leave your
business.
pitch at home.
Leave your pitch. Leave your pitch. Bring your personality. Is really kind of what we want.
Yeah.
And you can actually see us in action every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, excluding holidays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, we will all be eating.
We
So
will be eating this week.
Isn't that what it's
preparing
about?
to eat. Yes.
Yeah, Christmas, New Year's, same deal. So
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So thank you both very much for bringing your great personalities, your wisdom, your insight, your motivation to this and sharing, because I think this is a really valuable experience for people to listen to get immersed in, because, this is you. This is really both of you all the time. I have to admit, I've had hard times with both of you and I have cried ugly, but it's all for my growth, right?
Mhm.
yeah. I
So,
mean, I cried with you and with oh hell, I think we've all cried with each other.
Yeah.
So it's a
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
We laugh together, we cry together.
Yeah.
Sometimes we yell.
Sometimes we yell. Sometimes we go, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that too.
All the human things. We human
Thank,
together.
thank you everybody for stopping in and watching, and you'll catch us again when we figure out how often we're doing this.